guys, Dan with North Motos. We are doing an install on a 2023 Yamaha WR450F. This is our new street legal kit. To start, you're going to need to remove the taillight housing, unplug your taillight, get it out of here. Might have to loosen the rear fender, so we'll get to that. But you're going to remove that. Your tank, seat, headlight mask, radiator shroud, all that stuff for where the bike's at now needs to come off. We're not going to reuse the taillight. We're not going to reuse this kill switch, so I'm going to pull the kill switch off now. Alright, so I had to change to a smaller pick to get that out. We're just going to get that wire out there and set that off to the side. So move that line, that, take this washers off, and use the washers that come in the kit. I'll grab a brake pressure switch. Alright, one washer on top. So, through. Fight me. There we go. Look at that. And then you're going to want to spin the wire while you tighten this back in to your master cylinder. So make sure the wire is spinning while you're tightening it into the master cylinder so you don't break this wire here. Okay, that's hand tight. Now what you're going to do is a 14. So pay attention, you give it just a little bit of pressure. So you see some fluid start to seep, just like that. And then go ahead and snug that up. That'll keep air out of your system.
Route the light harness under the rear subframe and along the right side of the battery. When finished, the connectors will sit to the rear of the rear subframe crossbar. To perform this, you will need to remove and loosen all the bolts on the right side of the rear fender. This is demonstrated in a moment. The brake connector wire will drop down between the frame and front of the rear shock. The front light cluster gets pushed through this space just under the right side of the frame.
So you're going to zip tie along the factory harness to stay out of the way of the tank. Tuck it under the tank puck location there. Through this hole next to the ECU plug. And underneath this air scoop. Through your wire guide there. And the back is going to come up on the side here. We're going to go back here. So this now is going to plug into the taillight plug on your OEM harness. And then your new taillight plugs are going to live right back here. So we'll tuck those in. Just want to make sure you stay out of the way of the seat over here.
You will need to remove these 4 bolts from under the rear fender. This bolt on the side will also need to be removed. Once the right half of the fender is loose, work the electrical connectors between the subframe and rear fender. The all-in-one taillight connects to the main light harness after routing between the subframe and fender are complete.
So you're gonna have to move this over for the switch. Doesn't have to go far. So we're just gonna move it over there and just snug it for now. We'll come back and final tighten this once we get our switch on. Your upper switch. Set it on there. Butt it up against your grip. Take your lower switch. Get it on there. And then you got your long Allen with the washer. Goes in the front. I guess it would be towards the rear of the bike there. Get that started. And then you have your 6 mil. That's going to go in the back of the switch. You do not need to crank down on these bolts. No ugga-duggas. If you crank this too tight, it'll pinch your turn signal knob there. Get the front one snug. And then you can snug your back one when you get your switch in location. So then you can just check, make sure your turn signal button's good. Now that you've done that, you can bring your lever back over. Like that. If you're doing this on your own bike and you're moving your levers, take these off, put some Teflon tape underneath of them. You're not going to run the handguards, that way they can spin in a crash. So now that you got that, you take your reusable ties that you took off of the bike and put these back on to guide your wires.
Oh, that's cool.
That, one on each side, and you can spin your clamp down like that. You're going to feed these down in the front through this wire guide right there. There's the upper switch, the lower switch, and we'll put our other wire guide on. Like that. Your switch is installed. Switch functions. These are the switch functions. So low, high, your horn, it's going to be your new kill switch, and then turn signal left and right.
Mount the horn under the instrument panel, then, loosen and rotate the horn speaker until the spade connectors are facing inward. Once the horn is mounted, you may need to bend the bracket more to allow room for mounting the headlight mask. Install the flasher relay under the left front corner of the instrument panel, opposite the horn on the right corner. Use a 7/16 drill bit and make a hole on each side of the headlight mask to install the turn signals. Place blue Loctite on the housing threads and use a small set of pliers to tighten. Here is the finished product. Plug the flasher relay into the main wiring harness. Plug the turn signals into the main wiring harness. Connect the headlight adapter harness to the stock headlight plug on the bike side. Connect the headlight adapter harness to the Euro switch. Connect the headlight adapter harness to the horn. Connect the headlight adapter harness to the headlight bulb. Mount the headlight housing to the bike. This completes the connections at the front of the bike. The taillight wire guide must be installed into the taillight housing. Route the taillight wires through the channel in the wire guide. The all-in-one taillight is pressed into the stock fender by hand until you feel or hear it snap into place.
Actually a press fit on there. Stay up there without the bolts, but
Once the taillight is in place, secure the taillight to the fender with the provided screws.
we're gonna test function now. Make sure everything's good.
Once the bike is turned off, the taillight relay will remain on for 2 minutes and then automatically turn off.
That's a quick overview of our Yamaha WR dual sport lighting kit. Thanks for checking it out.